You are not the first to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you got to ask is, what happened to them? Hello, I'm the Doctor. Now, I'm pretty sure you probably already realised this, but I had absolutely no idea how to begin with this, so I decided why not the best moment in Series 5 from Episode 1. Hello, I'm the Doctor. Basically, run. This is Series 5 Doctor Who review. Let's get into this. Wait, sorry, wrong screwdriver. Let's get into this. So, hello, my name's Adam from the Dimensional Game Squad here. I've received an upgrade. I like it a lot. Yes! Out with the raggedy and in with the new. This is Series 5 Doctor Who review, as I said, and this one has Matt Smith as the Doctor. Great. Hopefully it'll be a bit better. Series 5 was probably the best series of Matt Smith in, because Series 6 was a bit bad. Series 7, we don't talk about that series, but it started off great, then just gradually went bad. There were some great episodes in Series 6 and 7, but Series 5 had the better episodes. Anyway, let's kick. I can't even get. Okay, let's get right into the review, shall we? Geronimo! Episode 1 of Series 5, the 11th hour. 9 out of 10. Amazing start to Matt Smith's era as the Doctor. Very well put together and pretty much the best starter episode to any, best starter episode for the first episode of any Doctor. For example, Rose, Deep Breath, I think it is. The Woman Who Fell to Earth, The Christmas Invasion. Those are just the New Who first episodes. Attack of the Rani, I think it was, for Sylvester McCoy. I'm not sure about Colin Baker, Patrick Charlton, John Pertwee, Tom Baker, or Peter Davison, but I know that the first episode of Doctor Who with William Hartnell in was An Unearthly Child. This starter episode, to any new Doctor, the 11th hour is the best. No questions asked, it just has to. Oh god, where do I begin with this? The 11th hour. Basically, it had a bit of a unique start. Instead of like the TARDIS crashing down to Earth, it had the TARDIS crashing down to Earth with a kid scared about a crack in her wall. And then it just had this scene where the Doctor's like, "Do you have an apple? Oh, I love apples. I think I'm having a craving. Never had a craving before." That was disgusting. What was that? An apple. Apples are disgusting. And you said you loved them. I lied. New mouth. New rules. Then you tried yogurt, bacon, beans, toast, bread and butter. And that was pretty much the funniest reaction to food. Bread and butter. Whoosh, and stay out! He settled with fish fingers and custard. I'm not going to argue. I never tried it before. But as a person that really hates seafood, I don't think I ever will try it. So that was pretty weird. And then it just came on to pretty much one of the best scenes of Series 5. Basically where the Doctor confronts the Atraxi. Go like, "Come on then! The Doctor will see you now!" And then just goes on. And then you had this little brief montage of, and what you got to ask is, what happened to them? Then just have a brief montage of William Hartnell, Patrick Charlton, John Pertwee, Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy, Paul McGann, Skip John Hurks, no one likes him, Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, and then he walks through the hologram saying, "Hello, I'm the Doctor." And then you have pretty much one of the best songs playing in the background here. And then it says, basically, run. And then there's room! He zoomed off! Yeah! Yeah, and that was pretty much, I loved that a lot, and this one was probably a very down-to-earth episode as well. Go like, laptop, gimme, no, it's mine, no, hang on, give it here. Blimey, get a girlfriend, Jeff. Oh gosh, I don't know where I can finish off with this. I liked every part of this episode, but there's a few other episodes where I liked every part of as well. The 11th Hour was one of the best episodes of all of New Who. The villains of Series 5 is Prisoner Zero, and I'm tempted to say the Atraxi, even though it's kind of like a police officer like the Judoon. So I'll say kind of the villain, but kind of isn't, so meh. Can we move on to the second episode? The Beast Below. 7 out of 10. It's an alright episode. The story isn't great, but the ending was good about the Star Whale refusing to let the spaceship crumble because he didn't want to hear the children cry. But it just, like... You had a great episode at the start and then it just got worse. So... Like, you need to have a really good list of episodes to top the 11th Hour. But The Beast Below... Not great. Not great at all. The villains are the Winders, they're kind of forgettable, and basically it's kind of like this. Good thing I have a revolving chair, otherwise this wouldn't work. Yeah, that's basically what it is. And probably that was the most fun I ever had, spinning around in my chair. But it wasn't amazing, and you had Liz 10, or Queen Elizabeth X. It was on Starship UK, and nothing else that interesting happened apart from at the end of the episode they showed a crack, like the one that was in Amelia's bedroom. Victory of the Daleks is next. 8 out of 10. It's a good episode. Introduces the new generation of Daleks, or the restoration of the Daleks. And it was very well put together. The new Daleks are called the Supreme, the Scientist, the Strategist, the Eternal, and the Drone. The Drone is, well, pretty much every other Dalek plus the red one. So, okay. I like it had Winston Churchill, and I really did like the actor who played Winston Churchill, along with the fact that it was the second New Who episode that took place in World War II. Well, during World War II. Probably not at the same time, otherwise that might have caused a paradox. But, yeah, anyway, moving on, please. Next is The Time of Angels. As I said when I was talking about Blink, in either my top 10 favourite episodes with Dave Tennant or Series 3 review, I said I'm not a fan of The Time of Angels and Flesh and Stone. Because it's not a great bring back to the Weeping Angels. I think they could have had a different villain in which could have done a better job than the Weeping Angels. Anyway, Time of Angels, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Not a great episode, but some scenes had great atmosphere. Like the Doctor's speech going like, if there's one thing you don't want to do, it's put someone in the trap. And do you know that? And do you know who that person is? Who's there? Me. And then there was also that scene which didn't make much sense, but it's still kind of good, which is the Weeping Angel coming out of the television after Amy. Apart from that, it was kind of bad. Moving on, we got Flesh and Stone, 8 out of 10. It's a nice wrap up to the two-parter, but it was kind of a lackluster. It was kind of lackluster in the story. It was just angels chase people and falling into a crack. Like, yeah, that wouldn't happen in any other series because this is the only series with a damn crack in. But but it's kind of, yeah, not amazing. And then just the Doctor he did this throughout the entire series so far, and even in future episodes, he's like casually giving hints of telling his companions what to do, like get a grip, hold on, or something like that. And yeah, that was good, but like I said, it's just angels chasing people in a forest instead of like a cave. Not a big fan of it. Moving on. We got The Vampires of Venice. 7 out of 10. It's an okay episode with obvious flaws, with too much resemblance of vampires. Yeah, well, hold on. With obvious flaws, for example, the resemblance of the vampires to the Saturni, which are those fish monster things. not a big fan of that. If there's any slight situation, if there's anything good about this episode, I don't see it. Because I don't see anything good about this episode. Probably the ending. The ending was good. Yeah, let's go with the ending. The ending was good of Vampires of Venice. Yeah, there's really nothing good about it. There really wasn't. Vampires of Venice is probably that one episode of this series. I'm like, stay over there. We don't talk about you very much. Moving on, we got another great episode. Well, yeah, a good episode. Amy's Choice. 9 out of 10. An excellent mid-series episode with the Doctor playing as a villain, and the humour is subtle but hilarious. I forgot to say the villains in the last few episodes. The villains in Flesh and Stone and the Time of the Angels are obviously the Weeping Angels, and in the Vampires of Venice is the Saturnai. In Amy's Choice, like I said, the Doctor was the villain. He was playing as the Dream Lord. And it also introduced another villain, which isn't really a villain because it's more like a dream, called the Echnodynes. Amy's Choice. This was a very well put together episode where it's basically Amy needs to choose between either the Doctor or Rory. So we have future episodes where it's kind of like that as well. So yeah, I'm actually really interested and really intrigued to see where else this goes, because I know one other episode where that happens. Unfortunately, it'll be the last one where that happens. But this was actually a really good episode, and it had a slight bit of humour. And probably my favourite joke in this, or one of my favourite jokes in this series. They're like, Rory, Doctor, I crushed your flower bed. Oh, Amy will kill you. It's just. Yeah, there was another joke, but I can't remember which episode that's in, so clearly it's not as good. Moving on. The Hungry Earth. 7 out of 10. It's an okay opening to a two-parter, but not exactly brilliant. It brings back the Silurians, but hopefully it gets better. Like, it's only good things bring back the Silurians. Hopefully it will get better as as it goes into the second part of the two-parter, but it's not great. I think it's a bit over there, over here. Let's go over there. Let's go down under the earth. Yeah, sure. Moving on, we have Cold Blood. 7 out of 10. Personally, not a great wrap-up to this two-parter. I hated the mother who killed the Silurian, and the factory. Wait, what? Oh yeah, and the fact Rory died and got erased from existence is upsetting, because I was starting to like him after the 4th episode he was in. If you don't count the 11th hour. Yeah, I was kind of upset when Rory died, but like Amy, I forgot he existed in the next episode. Moving on, we have Vincent and the Doctor. 9 out of 10. Wait, sorry. Villain in Amy's Choice is the Dream Lord or the Echnodynes. Well, the Dream Lord was played by the Doctor, or expertly by the actor Toby Jones. He was known for playing as Ollie in The Mist and that auctioneer in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. His role in The Mist was clearly a lot better. The villains in Cold Blood and the Hungry Earth were most of the Silurians. Vincent and the Doctor, 9 out of 10. This is an amazing episode. Vincent seemed a very down-to-earth character if you ignore the fact that he gets a bit crazy and he's alcoholic. Just ignore that. And along with his health problems, yeah, he seems very down-to-earth with his health problems, but the ending of it was one of the best. Something else about this I need to say though. Vincent the Doctor probably had a very impactful message, because the message in that episode was, if you have any problems with yourself, and I'm telling this to you not only as a fact of the episode, but as a true advice here, call someone who you think will help, like psychiatrist or something. Because these kinds of health problems are not a joke at all. And yeah, true, most of the stuff I say are a joke. But that's just seem entertaining. But what I'm saying is, if you have any sort of problems, like you having trouble, if you're feeling very depressed, like if you want to end your life like Vincent van Gogh did, there is someone out there that can help. There are people that will refuse to let you die. I'm being generally serious. There are people that care about you. Anyway, moving on. The villain in Vincent and the Doctor is the Cryphaeus. I actually have no idea how you say this name, but it's a thing which you can't see, but somehow only Vincent was able to see, and Doctor was able to see in a reflection. Yeah. Can we move on? Yeah. The ending of Vincent and the Doctor. That was one of the best of anything. What can I say about this ending? This ending was a masterpiece. Probably basically the Doctor and Amy took Vincent to the 2010 or present, back when it was released as an episode, took them into the National Art Gallery in France, and basically showed Vincent that his art has actually got somewhere and all that. And then, honestly, I felt for Vincent there when he just started to cry after the curator kind of gave at least 100-word description of the Vincent van Gogh, of what he is in art history. And I have to agree with everything that guy said. Vincent van Gogh is the best painter that ever lived. Sorry, no questions asked. If you think Leonardo da Vinci or someone else, that's your opinion. But I generally think Vincent van Gogh is the best. No topping Vincent. Moving on, we have The Lodger. 8 out of 10. It's a great episode with the Doctor trying and being hilarious at this as well, and trying to be normal. The one thing the Doctor isn't. And the atmosphere between Craig and the Doctor is really good. Craig is played by comedian James Corden. Also really good. The Doctor trying to be human. The Doctor and being human are two things that should never go together. And this episode's a prime example why it shouldn't. This was an amazing episode. I really did love this episode a lot. The villain in that one is 79B Aiken Road, or the emergency crash hologram from a ship that crashed into Earth and had a perception filter disguising as a second floor to a flat. But, yeah, that's a bit strange, but okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good episode. I just can't think of much things to say about it. The main part about it was probably the Doctor just trying to be human. It was funny. But, it was, yeah, like I said, funny, but not, like, the best. Like, there were other episodes that were a lot greater. Moving on, we had the two-parter finale. The Pandorica opens. 8 out of 10. This was an episode that involved every single enemy to the Doctor to team up and trap him in Pandorica. That's pretty much what I wrote down about it. Basically, River got back up with the Doctor and Amy. They raced to Stonehenge. They encountered St. Romans, and one of them was Rory. And they, then all the other enemies to the Doctor, the Daleks, the Cybermen, the Autons, Sontarans. I need to actually read my writing because I thought that was a C instead of an S. Sontarans, Auton, Cybermen, Daleks, the Hoiks from the Love and Monsters episode, the Sycorax as well, the Atraxi, a bunch of other villains as well came together to put the Doctor in the Pandorica. And they won until they died in the next episode. Moving on, The Big Bang. 8 out of 10. It's a great finale and unique start to having it get really confusing about, okay kid, this is where it gets complicated. Because Amy died on the last episode. But it was very confusing, but it was not as good as previous episodes like Vincent the Doctor, Amy's Choice, The 11th Hour. But it was still a really good episode. I like the wibbly wobbly timey wimey concept it had there, and the fact that you just had to like pay really close attention to understand which order stuff go in. But like I said, great episode. I really did like that a lot. The villain in the Pandora Cut Open, so the Big Bang. In the Pandora Cut Opens, pretty much every single villain that has ever existed. And in the Big Bang, it was just the Stone Dalek, which got killed by River. There's something I need to say about the Big Bang. The Dalek in the Big Bang. I never thought I'd be hearing a Dalek say this. That's done 3 times. He begged for mercy for River to not kill him. Or it. But Dalek, the most ruthless race in the Doctor Who universe, was begging for mercy. You know a character's badass when she makes a villain, let's say the most ruthless villain, beg for mercy. Anyway, going on to the totals. The total of Series 5, the grand total, if you've been counting along you already know, it is 102 out of 130. It's a great series with a few poor episodes, but most are good or downright fantastic. I'm surprised this series actually beats in Series 4, but both of these seasons are amazing. A great last season to David Tennant, a great starter to Matt Smith. If I was to give one problem I have with some of these episodes, with this Series 5 list of episodes, you should have had the best go last. You should have had the best series go last. That's all I'm going to say. So let's go on to the rankings of Series 5. Last place, as you probably could have guessed, like with every other ranking, with every other person, with Series 5, the worst episode, 13th place, is The Vampires of Venice. Well, I thought the plan for the Saturni was kind of bad. The Saturni looked too much like vampires. And, it's just not really that good. I hated pretty much every moment of it, really. Honestly, if I had to rewatch every Doctor Who episode again, this would be one of the few episodes I would not want to watch again. Like, that will be going along with Love and Monsters, Fear Her, The Idiot's Lantern. Man, I'm bombing on Series 2 here. Worst episode in Series 4, Turn Left. Yeah, I would want to watch that. Series 3, worst episode was Lazarus Experiment. I wouldn't want to rewatch that. Same with 42. Series 1, what episode I would not want to rewatch? Long Game, Aliens to London. What's the 11th place? Young Quiet. Actually, I'll watch The Young Quiet Dead again. Okay, so this fits along with some episodes which I wouldn't want to rewatch again. So, not great. 12th place is also in this list of episodes I wouldn't want to rewatch again because of how weird it is. And that is The Beast Below. Where do I begin? I hate it. I hate all of it. Yeah, the only thing I like about it was the Star Whale refusing to leave the ship. But it was not great. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. 11th place is The Hungry Earth. If you're going to bring back a villain, make it good. Make it good. Get good. And that's the one thing that The Hungry Earth wasn't. Good. Same with 10th place. Cold Blood wasn't good. The only good thing about Cold Blood was, well, the ending. That's all I'm going to say. I really did hate this one a lot. But I do need to say, I think it was in Hungry Earth. The kid in Hungry Earth quoted Sherlock Holmes, and I can't remember what the actual quote was, but if you eliminate the reasonable, you get only the impossible. And if you get the impossible, that's the only way it should be done, or something like that. But it was actually a really good quote, and I loved that quote a lot. Moving on to 9th place, we have The Time of Angels. The Time of Angels. All I'm going to say is not a good episode. The only good thing was the speech from the Doctor, and also, obviously, that television scene. I liked that scene. 8th place is Flesh and Stone. Lackluster. It's a bit lackluster at the ending, and I didn't really like any of it, really. But I would rewatch this episode again, along with Time of Angels. Hungry Earth and Cold Blood, I'll be hesitant about rewatching, but yeah, I'll rewatch that again. Flesh and Stone. I think what I like about this episode, it actually brings back the angels. Like, Time of Angels, yes, actually it does have the angels in, but it had more like stone statues and one weeping angel. Whilst Flesh and Stone had a bunch of weeping angels. That was good. Moving on. 7th place. Victory of the Daleks. Like I said, I like the actor that played Winston Churchill. Really well done. And the introduction to the new generation of Daleks, also amazing. There's one slight problem I have with it. Probably how the hell were those warplanes flying in space? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Danny boy, you're breaking the laws of physics. That was a joke. 6th place, I'm gonna say, is the Pandorica Opens. Man, we move from the start of the series to near the end. Pandorica Opens, not an amazing episode. The finale, like what most finales should be, was better than, well, the start. But there was something lacking in it. Probably the fact that it just got a bit boring as it progressed. But when it introduced all the villains, including the Judoon, even though they're technically not villains, they just imprisoned the Doctor in a cube. Yay. 5th place is The Lodger. Lodger. Well, I had to go some bias to this episode. I love this episode. I really do. If there's one problem I have with it, I have a problem with this episode as well, but the next 4 I don't have a problem with. But the Big Bang... No, sorry. Crap. Sorry, I did that wrong. The Lodger, the one problem I have with it was... there's no whys about it. Is the villain. We actually have no idea what the villain is, and the closest thing we have to it is this emergency crash hologram of a ship that crashed and put a perception filter over itself and disguised itself as 79B Aitken Road. That's all it did. Moving on. 4th place, The Big Bang. It's a great finale. Like I said, there are episodes better than it, but The Big Bang was a really good episode. I really liked it a lot. And of course, it had, along with a few other episodes, my favourite catchphrase from this New Who series, and that was Geronimo! And just, it was really good. I really liked this. I really liked this one. There was really no problems I had with it. Yeah, the timeline was a bit wibbly wobbly, timey wimey kind of stuff, but if you rewatch it a fair few times, you'll understand how things go, what happened to some characters and all that. It was really good. And we learned that the Doctor lied. And the Dalek begged for mercy. Like, come on, that has to be a really good episode then. 3rd place. Now this is where the disagreements might come in. Because we're down to, debatably, the 3 best episodes of the series. And now, this is where people's opinions divide up very easily. Now, what I'm going to say is, this entire ranking is my opinion. And these 3 episodes I liked just as much as the other. But from where this ranking is now, this is how I'll be looking at it for the rest of the Matt Smith era. And when it comes to doing the top 10 favourite episodes from Matt Smith. But 3rd place is Amy's Choice. Out of all of the remaining episodes, including the Vincent and the Doctor and of course the 11th Hour, Amy's Choice is the worst in my opinion. Yeah, I like the atmosphere, I like the humour that was in this one. But I think it has to do with the fact that the Doctor was the villain and it's more like testing his companions, thinking which one's a dream to which one isn't. And of course, it just had a bit of a dark twist with one of the jokes. Go like, so what do you do to escape the boredom, self-harm? Yeah. Not a great episode. Well, actually, sorry, that was a lie. It was a great episode. Not as good as the others in my opinion, and a bit, well, I wouldn't say it's down to earth, but a bit all over the place with the one dream on Earth, one dream in the TARDIS, both of them being dreams, and just having the Doctor not even knowing if the second one was a dream, but just not, you know what, let's explode the TARDIS. Boom! Now, the top 2 episodes of Series 5, and probably the 2 best episodes of the Matt Smith era. Second place is the 11th Hour. Now, the 11th Hour is second place. Like I said, it was an amazing start, virtually perfect, with a few slight problems, but they're not major problems, unlike previous episodes like, I don't know, Beast Below, Vampires of Venice, Cold Blood. But it was really good. I really liked this one a lot. But this one didn't exactly have a message, unlike the first place episode. The 11th Hour just had introduction to Matt Smith, the new sonic screwdriver, and of course the new decoration to the TARDIS. The new redecoration to the TARDIS. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I liked it had the speech with the Doctor going like, come on then! The Doctor will see you now! And of course the food scene where the Doctor's trying to find the food that he likes and all that. It was pretty funny, that one. Moving on. The best episode of Series 5, in my opinion, and probably the best episode of the Matt Smith era, don't say my word for it because I might change my opinion, is Vincent and the Doctor. This one had a really, really important message to say to anyone who watches this episode, and basically saying you're not alone. I like the message you were sending. I like the ending. The ending was the best, and I like the Doctor being kind of funny, trying to fight off the monster when really he has no idea where it's going. He's like Vince's like, the monster's over here, and the Doctor's like, wait, over there. And then he just gets knocked backwards, and then it was really good. I really liked this episode a lot, and then it had kind of like a little relationship going on between Vincent and Amy, which was pretty interesting, but I liked that all the same. It was really good. I liked most of the episodes in this series. Anyway, that was all for that. With that being said, that is all for this time. If you liked what you heard, or saw, if you really liked to see me press around, spin around on my chair, and shout to the ceiling and point over there and fight over there, if you liked that, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe. I am going to say before I continue on, this episode was going to have a bit of a surprise in it, but unfortunately I couldn't do it for this one. Hopefully it might be the next one. I don't know when I can get that surprise in, because this surprise is a bit annoying to arrange a date with, but hopefully I'll get this surprise will come in for a later episode, for a later Doctor Who review. Anyway, if you like what you saw or heard, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press that notification bell down in the corner below. One day I'll be able to speak clearly without talking utter gibberish. And I'll see you in the next episode, being really an episode I should have done last week. An episode where I'll be ranking every story, including the two-parters to the Christopher Eccleston era, even though it's pretty close to like my ranking in Series 1 review. But because some episodes were ranked separately, I feel like some people are going to get confused. Like, okay, would you prefer the Savine episode or the Long Game episode? Like, I hate both of them. But I'll see you next time.